Good afternoon. What is a cool, grey and overcast day? It is Sunday the 1st of January 2023. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And also I want to continue unboxing. So what I'm going to pull out of here is, let's have a look, let's get hold of it. Is this, which is Animal Adventures Secrets of Gullet Cove, the source book published by Steamforged Games. Okay, so embark on spellbinding adventure in a place where daring dogs and cunning cats are the heroes, right alongside their two-legged friends. Greetings, adventurer. You hold in your hands a source book for the world's favourite role-playing game. Inside you'll find a campaign and setting unlike any other, Gullet Cove. It's a wondrous seaside town home to brave heroes and dastardly villains, where intriguing mysteries and incredible discoveries lurk on two legs or four. It takes a special kind of hero to make the most of all Gullet Cove has to offer, and those heroes are very special indeed. They are awakened dogs and cats, cute, talkative and longing to be unleashed on adventures. Within this book is everything you need to explore the Animal Adventures world. Rules for creating your own awakened cat and dog characters. A gazetteer packed with information, plot hooks and mysteries. A bestiary stuffed with villains, monsters and potential friends. 5 thrilling adventures to take you all over town, magic items, guild rules and much, much more. You can use this book to start a brand new campaign or to add Gullet Cove to your existing campaign. What are you waiting for? Welcome to Gullet Cove. So that's all on the back. It's a separate sheet that comes with it. So let's have a look at the maps in a moment. So, published by Steamforged Games, this is a anthropomorphic setting, fantasy setting for use with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Steamforged Games has already put out lots of adventures for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, notably packaged together with miniatures, ready-made for encounters and maps and so on. But this is a standalone setting to the Epic Encounter series, and I've already done unboxings of the release that the publisher did for Free RPG Day a couple of years ago, and then for the starter set which it then published. And they're all very bright and colourful and playable. I have a couple of issues here and there, but I definitely wanted to have a look at the core book, which got a fantastic cover, by the way. There's the back. Going to have a look at these maps. What we have here, first of all, it's sort of like on theirs. You've got ruin map or a marketplace, and then a rough street area, maybe an underground area, not quite sure. So you've got multiple maps here, then sort of like a tavern or rest stop area, complete with benches, a ship and a harbour, a cave, and again more of this sort of like street scene. That's by night. So you've got those maps that come with the book, and then you also have a map of Gullet Cove. That's very nicely done. You can see everything on the town, and then but on the back side, this is a really nice touch. Gullet Cove by night. That's an incredibly, it's just adds flavour. What's it like at night? Here you go. This is by moonlight, of course. So very nice inclusion, I think, there. So let's have a look inside the book. And you've got the symbols that essentially the publisher uses for, basically part of the iconography. So you've got the 20-sided die and the paw there throughout. That's a nice touch. And we open up to the first page, and we've got Female Adventurer with her pug adventurer, and that's an absolutely fantastic piece of artwork. It's bright, it's colourful, it's engaging. You're going, okay, this sounds great. And if you're pitching this at a younger audience, 10, 12, 13, 14, something like that, that's engaging, I think. So here we've got the contents page. And this doesn't mean to say that adults can't play this and have fun with it, but there is a definite sort of like sort of a core demographic for it, if you like. Get to the introduction, tells you what you need, and then really doesn't waste any time in getting down to what's in the book. So dogs, new race and class features. So, you know, they are loyal and true, who's a good dog and knows for adventures, and it's talking about the canine traits there. Breedability, so you can design your own dog, and then we have new background for your player character dog, and suggested, so awakened dog, and then suggested characteristics. Personality traits, bonds and flaws, all of the elements in Dungeons and Dragons and 5th edition, which is promote role playing, because essentially you get rewarded with dice, essentially to use in disadvantage or in advantage where you want advantage during play. And then we have the class options. So here we've got start off with the barbarian. So we've got, what's a barbarian dog like? I'm just going to do the same again for bard and cleric, presenting different breeds there along the way, all handsomely illustrated, going through all of the classes. So druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, you know, these are all nicely done. Warlock, sorcerer, wizard, and again, lovely piece of artwork. This is almost Disney-esque in places. And it does the same thing, so do exactly the same thing. Cats, new race and class features, and do exactly the same thing. You know, feline traits, breed abilities. So, you know, suggested characteristics, new background, awakened cat. So yeah, again, the artwork in here is great. Thoroughly like the artwork in here. Personality traits, ideals, bonds and so on for cats. Class options, so we've got barbarian cat. Another great action piece. Bard, cleric, and you know, Dungeons and Dragons has kind of visited the anthropomorphic cats and dog style role playing. I'm talking here about Pugmire and then Monarchies of Mao, but they use an OGL version of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition rules. But there's no reason why, you know, you couldn't combine the two if you wanted to. Although, you know, a Pugmire, Monarchies of Mao have a very specific setting and take upon cats and dogs. We've got the monk and the paladin, rogue and ranger. And see, the other thing about this is what you've got here is you've got a range of sort of anthropomorphism. So you've definitely got sort of like the anthropomorphic cat there, on all standing up on hind paws, and then down on all four paws there. Warlock and sorcerer. Right, and then wizard, and again more of this fantastic artwork. You know, this is thoroughly joyous, and then, you know, we've got rules for playing in the dark sort of thing, with the cats being there, you know, 1 minute and then not the next, before we get into religions and guilds. But, so the good mother, it's one of the sort of religions and guilds and so on. Cat religion, you know, adding a little bit more social aspects of the cats in the setting and organisations they belong to. Animal guilds. You know, like the Order of the Golden Collar, the Houndlings, the Watchers, so on. And then more artwork along with these are the guild marks, complete with little paws on them. And then we have the Gullet Cove Gazetteer, so a complete guide to Gullet Cove as well. Again, we've got the map, and then the legend there, basically the key, and then here we go with the basically the full history, and we've got images, more detailed images of Gullet Cove. And here, this is a nice one because it sort of like gives you cutaways of sort of like what's going on, so street level and down. It's the sewers below, and then the caves further below that. So there's a lot more going on there than you think. Geographical features, so places like the Sisters and Fang Point, Twin Throats, so on. So a good guide to Gullet Cove as a setting and a place for adventure. So, and then we've got basically, and the key town locations. And it's just sort of like, it has a very English port feel to it and look to it. Think, for example, of Whitby, or I think it's New Haven or Whitehaven, perhaps, on over sort of like on the Cumbrian coast, that sort of thing. Probably got the name wrong. Apologise if I did. Then we've got the home for retired pirates, buccaneers, swashbucklers, and other practitioners of daring do. And then we've got characters, a hook here. Encountering your tiefling friend. There's a hook, and so on. 5 main inns of the town. We've got Master Pettifer's Emporium with exotic wonders and diverse objects of interest. And that's a repeat of an illustration earlier in the book, but it's fitting. You hit that, you get an instant feel for who the character is there. The illustrations in here are really good. Guild houses. So we've got Thieves Guild, safe houses, Guild adventurers and associated heroes, training grounds. So you've got organisations that the player characters could belong to, not just the religions, but also the guilds, like Guild of Wizards, Ingenious Sorcerers, and Practitioners of Eldritch Ritual, Whisper, Library, and then Gullet Cove Year. So we've got basically a timeline of the year and events. Offshore, of course, you've got the Isle of Dogs, because of course you have. Adventures on the Isle of Dogs. Cave diving, we need answers. You've got a basically nice illustration, plus you've got hooks. NPCs, bestiary, villains and minions. We're going to need plenty of those. So all the stats and backgrounds for the villains and so on for the setting, such as like effervescent ooze. That's going to be honestly my favourite monster in here, effervescent ooze. Or come on, no, this is actually these monsters are really kind of inventive and fun. Effervescent ooze, Malbatross, and Ratclism. Really great. I really do enjoy this. Rats, of course, got spiders, goblin nappers, and skelly cats. Zombie cats as well. So yeah, skeleton cats and zombie cats. So many of these, the thing is, if you're playing, say if you're playing Pugmire or Monicas of Now, come and plunder this book, honestly. This is great. And then we've got NPCs and bestiary denizens of Gullet Cove. So we've got Master Pettifer, the Emporium of Diverse Objects, so we've got full stats for him there. And, not all of these are illustrated, that's a bit disappointing, but nevertheless. So yeah. Then we've got just more illustrations, more NPCs. And then NPCs and bestiaries, new heroes, just quite an extensive bestiary, divided into diverse parts. So These can be used as NPCs, you know, hirelings or something like that, but also player characters. You know, just you know, copy them onto a character sheet and away you go. You know, there's the you know the quick option. All depends upon what your players want to do and what they have time to do. What we got in here? Let's keep going. There's quite a lot. Magic items, like the Satchel of Ownership or the Compass of Light, Warhammer of the Dwarves, General Clarity. So plenty of magical items as well. Animal magic items, like Collar of Resilience, Twin Fish of Perfect Harmony, Silgon's Sleepy Time Blanket, and then we get to the campaign guide. Getting the turn right, Living Town, advice for the game, the Dungeon Master. Then we get into the adventures. So you know, a Gullet Cove. Hello, this is getting the player characters involved. And you've got the sort of like the little advice there from what's his name? Doesn't tell you, but he's there to give you a hand. Then we're encountering the Watch. And again, this artwork is reprinted again. It's great, but you kind of go, really? Again? Oh, okay. Master's Retreat. Into the Cellar. So on. Adventure 2, that's all one adventure. And then we get into Adventure 2, Tooth and Paw. And then which takes you to a pet shop, and you've got the enemy of my enemy. And you encounter a raging Rataclysm. Oh, I don't know whether to applaud this or groan. It's Assault on Porcint 13. Adventure 4, kill 10 rats. Adventure 5, Dark Doings at Grimsmouth Hall. Sure to involve skelly cats. And then that's it. And then you've got at the back here some pages of notes. I don't need to show you that. And beyond, essentially, that's what they look like. And then what happens now? More adventure. And then the afterward. So that is Animal Adventures, Secrets of Gullet Cove. This is a thoroughly... I really like this. Just from the glance through, this is fun, it's engaging, artwork's fantastic, it's charming. This is a really lovely book. You know, Dungeons and Dragons gets a lot of stick from people, you know, about how it's played, what it's like, what its failings are. But publishers are doing really fantastic stuff like this. This is lovely. This is really engaging and fun. The artwork's fantastic. And you know, you basically pick up and start playing with this with just the core rules and go. And if you've got a younger player audience that want to play, this is perfect. If they don't want to do the full bore kind of classic Dungeons and Dragons, but do want to play, I want to play this, here's the option. Here's a complete setting to explore and a little mini campaign and everything. I do hope that Steamforged Games will revisit this with more content, expand upon it, give it a few more adventures and so on. But this is a great introduction, great starter, really nice looking book. Yeah, quite impressed with this. Anyway, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you posting those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a parcel containing a book or game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit the subscribe button down below. Once again, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.